Hello stallions and males, welcome to my review of the Equestria Games. Images provided by Abidas91 and Bobby 165,324. I'm your host, Blue Wave. Today's episode was written by none other than Dave Polsky, who I must say has shown some remarkable improvement throughout this season. Now before we get started, let's take a moment to recap. The first time that the Equestria Games were ever mentioned was way back in Season 3 in two widely disliked episodes just for sidekicks and games ponies play, but it wasn't until Season 4 that more about the Equestria Games was revealed. For instance, in Flight to the Finish we found out that a flag carrying ceremony is held before the games to represent and honor the hometowns of each of the teams that have entered. In Waymo Falls, they revealed that each team can only participate in one event. And yeah, I'll admit, I was upset when I found out that Fluttershy and Waymo Dash were the only ones competing in the Equestria Games and not any of the other main six. But putting that aside, I'm still happy that we at least have someone like Waymo Dash and Fluttershy to root for. With that said, let's get this review started.
The Equestria Games, where ponies from all over the land compete for glory in various athletic pursuits. Well, now
Ponyville qualifies!
The next host of the Equestria Games is the Crystal Empire!
The episode opens up with the Ponyville team gearing up for the Equestria Games, and Waymo Dash gives a motivating speech to all of the teams before they arrive to the Crystal Empire. It's nice to see that winning isn't everything to Waymo Dash anymore, and that she's actually more concerned about trying their hardest instead of actually winning. Now that is some great character development, folks. So as they get settled at the train station, without warning, Spike gets picked up by two of the guards and is then taken to Cadence and Twilight, but not before he falls out of his seat. Okay, that was pretty funny. So apparently Spike is known throughout the Crystal Empire as great and honorable since he saved them from the terrible yet undeveloped King Sombra. I have to say, it's nice to see Spike is finally getting the respect and admiration that he deserves after enduring several episodes this season that just used him as comic relief and degraded his character. They even make a larger-than-life statue of him next to the base of the Crystal Empire, but the aberration doesn't stop there. Spike is then asked to do the honor of lighting the torch at the opening ceremony. Nothing could possibly go wrong, could it?
I can do it with my fire breath.
Okay, ignoring that sign of possible foreshadowing, we come to the interior of the stadium, and wow, is it amazingly detailed. Seriously, in any scenes I cannot find two copies of any of the same background ponies in them. It's as if DHX used every character in MLP to fill the audience instead of just duplicating one another to fill up space. Even the one-shot characters like the delegates from Saddle Arabia were used, as well as some new ones that we've never seen before. Anyways, we cut to the opening ceremony, and we see the CMC perform their flag-carrying routine as they welcome in the team competing for Ponyville. We see that Spike is having trouble getting his act together, which proves to be more serious as he is unable to light the torch due to his stage fright.
Equestria, we have a problem.
This dramatic scene is brought to you by Sparkle Cola. If you find a better cola, we'd probably have to kill you. Welcome back, every pony. Continuing from where we left off, Spike was having difficulties lighting the torch, and Miss Harshwinning, not being the helpful type, was growing impatient. But thankfully, Twilight steps in and uses her magic to cast a spell to light the torch. And Shining Armor says,
Let the games begin!
I couldn't agree more. I wonder what event they'll show first. Wait, what? Where are the games? Did they seriously just skip all the way towards the aftermath instead of showing any of the first events?
Upset? Are you kidding? Why would I be upset to discover I can light fire with my mind?
What?
They're doing this. They're seriously doing this. They're saving time by cutting game sequences out and replacing them with sad-to-watch Spike scenes. Spike, I like you and all, but please forgive me for saying this, you're an idiot. So yeah, this was one issue I was afraid was going to happen in this episode. Due to a limited time of a 22-minute episode, certain scenes would have to be cut short. Back to the matter, after Twilight confesses to Spike about the torch, we come to the next event, the aerial relay, but this time, a security system is put in place to prevent any unicorns from using magic in the stadium. Don't know why that wasn't used at the beginning of the game, but not a big deal. After all, we got a game to watch. Are you kidding me? You started the race while that scene was going on? Why?
If Ponyville medals here, we'll have 8 medals so far, putting us tied for the lead with Cloudsdale.
Wait, 8 medals? Does that mean that more events took place earlier and they didn't show them? What a ripoff. Awesome! Rainbow Dash vs Spitfire. This is sure to be a race worth viewing.
Ms. Harshwinny?
Damn it, damn it, damn it! Sorry folks, it's the Cider speaking. Seriously, why do they even bother calling this episode the Equestria Games if they rarely show any of the actual games? Might as well call this episode Spike and the Equestria Games. So putting my rant aside, we see Ponyville did fairly well in the aerial relay event, even earning second place for a total count of 8 medals versus Cloudsdale's 9 medals.
Congratulations to all our medalists. And now, the anthem of...
And I shall do the honor of singing.
This ought to be interesting.
Cloudsdale anthem as sung by Spike.
Wait, the Cloudsdale anthem?
They only play the anthem for the winners, Spike.
Oh boy, this can't be good.
We like it because it really has nice trees. Yeah, we love the town because it's so cool, and we like to fly really fast and everything like that. I kinda wish this was over, cause it isn't yet over.
This embarrassing moment is brought to you by Iron Will's Assertive Training Program. Remember, if you don't pay, you better play. Yeah, there's nothing new I could add to this scene other than it was just embarrassing to watch and the episode could have done without it. So after feeling like he's hit rock bottom, Spike goes back and starts getting ready to leave, but the CMC come in to try and cheer him up.
But you've been moping in here for almost the entire games.
God and damn it. Anyways, back at the stadium, the final event taking place is ice archery, but surprisingly, Ponyville doesn't have a player in this event. We find out that Ponyville has 37 medals and Cloudsdale has 36. Wait, what?
Ponyville has 37 medals and Cloudsdale 36.
37? Wait, they had 37 events in this whole episode and all they showed us was only 2 of them? Why episode? Why? Oh, okay, you know what? I'm not even gonna address that issue anymore. Let's just move on. So Cloudsdale has a chance of beating Ponyville's medal count because they have 2 archers competing in the event. Wait, what? 2 archers? How the hell is that fair? Back to the games, one archer accidentally shoots an ice arrow into a cloud and turns it into a heavy piece of ice that ends up heading towards the audience. But don't worry, the princesses will. Don't worry, the Pegasi will. Okay, the gods will cut the disabling spell and...
Some pony cut the disabling spell! There isn't time!
Well, they're doomed. Nothing we can do about it. So let's just sit back and watch the lives of several backbone ponies come to an... What is this?
Dash! Fluttershy! Move!
Wait, what's going on? Is he going to... Okay, that's how you're supposed to use Spike. Not as a comedic punching bag of every bad joke in the show, but as a supporting character and is always there to help others with any situation they may encounter. No questions asked. The build-up to this moment was bumpy and hard to watch, but the payoff, I'll admit, was worth it. Well done, Dave Polsky, well done. However, as great of a moment that was for Spike, strange enough, he doesn't feel the same way as everybody else does. Apparently he feels that he just did what needed to be done. I'm sure that a lot of people can relate to this more, that all of the praise in the world means absolutely nothing if you don't believe in yourself. The episode ends with Spike learning that only until you can let go of the past could you truly feel happy and be able to do great things. And that's the Equestria Games, folks. Now it's time for my final thoughts. So what did I think of this episode? What with its over-advertised storyline, countless missed opportunities, poor story structure, misuse of characters, mainly Spike, predictable endings, lack of actual game involvements, and most of all, no effect on the overarching storyline of the whole season whatsoever? To be honest, part of me hates this episode because of the amount of hype we were led to believe in for the past 2 seasons. But despite all of the bad qualities in this episode, I can't help but enjoy every minute of this episode and all the work that went into making it, whether good or bad. I love that out of all of the other episodes this season, Spike got the most respect and praise out of the biggest episode of Season 4, despite there being episodes like Power Ponies, where he gets degraded and made into the joke of the whole episode. Truthfully, this was one of the best, if not the best, Spike episode ever. Another thing that I think this episode did so well was all the creativity and outstanding design work that went into it. I mean, seriously, if you take the time to go back and watch the background of every scene, you would be amazed and fascinated at all of the small little details that the animators have added into the episode. Dave Polsky has had some great episodes this season, with the exception of this one, and I seriously can't wait to see what else he brings to the table in the next season. There were a few more aspects of this episode that I wish were expanded on more than others, but taking into account that the episode's only a 22-minute long episode, I am more than willing to forgive the staff for having to cut certain things out of the episode. With all that is said and done, I'd have to give the Equestria Games a sideways thumb for a balanced score of 3.5 out of 5. Between the good and the bad aspects of this episode, overall, it depends on how you feel about this episode that will break the tie between the good and the bad and ultimately determine whether or not this episode was something to rave or rant about. I'm Blue Wave, and I will catch you later for next week's final episode of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. Farewell, every pony.
It's always a good time. It's always a good time.
Woke up on the right side of the bed. What's up with this Prince song inside my head? Hands up if you're down to get down tonight, 'cause it's always a good time. Slipped in all my clothes like I didn't care. Hopped into a cab, take me anywhere. I'm in if you're down to get down tonight, 'cause it's always a good time.